All right, so let's talk about this. Once again, Alycia Baumgardner versus Caroline Dubois. Let's look at what we have so far. Two undefeated fighters that are both good at what they do. And clearly, Caroline Dubois wants to fight. Fighters have forgotten how to build fights, how to promote fights, the right things to say, and to want to accept the challenge of another top-level fighter. Instead, if you look at this fight, she's trying to downplay Caroline Dubois. And none of it makes any sense because what this comes down to is really simple. It's like if somebody calls your name, you don't deserve a fight. But when your team goes out and just picks somebody, that person deserves the fight. So if you're going to say, Caroline Dubois doesn't deserve a fight with me, go out and become undisputed in your division first, go out and, right? What are you saying? You have a loss on your record. Well, she's not undefeated, my bad. Yeah, you have a loss on your record that you avenged. But at the end of the day, wait, what if she goes out and loses too? Then you want to fight her? It takes the steam away from the fight. So for you to go out and fight and get better as a fighter, avenge the only loss that you had, you watch Caroline Dubois on the come up, she's out here making it happen. And instead of you saying, hey, Jake, let's make it happen, no, they're teaching you to basically downplay her. She's not on your level. She hasn't accomplished what you accomplished yet. Question, the last person Alycia Baumgardner fight, did she deserve the fight more than Caroline Dubois? So if Caroline Dubois is nothing but just another challenger, you wouldn't be telling her that. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be telling her that. So for every fighter that want to act like they're the only top-level fighter in their division, well, who's worthy then? Who is it that's worthy? Because 10 times out of 10, it's going to be somebody that's far more accomplished than Alycia Baumgardner. And unless you're trying to get the Katie Taylor fight, see, I don't want to hear all that shit about her and Amanda Serrano are friends and all this bullshit. You know, these are not people you grew up with. These are not people that were childhood friends. These are people that you met within the world of boxing and y'all, made some type of little connection. Nah, whatever. Nah. I'm taking names on everybody. That's the mentality. Plain and simple. You spar people that you're cool with. Everybody's always a friend of somebody's. Hell, Clarissa Shields and Fran Chan are friends. And y'all are going, oh, this fight's fixed. Oh, who asked for this fight? Oh, who, right? Oh, but Shadasia Green. Now all of a sudden, everybody's talking like Shadasia Green is the most accomplished fighter out there for Clarissa Shields. Oh, Clarissa knows Shadasia and knock her out. But then after she beat Shadasia Green, what's the excuse going to be then? What's the excuse going to be then? Nobody asked for this fight. Well, who asked for the last fight that Alycia Baumgardner had? Who asked for the last fight that Caroline Dubois just had, right? We could ask that about any. Who asked for Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua? Who asked for Jake Paul versus Mike? Who asked for this shit? Who asked for Jake Paul versus, Tank Davis, which was a fight that was supposed to happen? Who asked for any of that? I said the one thing that the women have different is going to change once more money gets involved. The night that Clarissa beat Savannah Marshall, the night Alycia Baumgardner beat Michaela Mayer, that night they had an all-women's card. And they talked very proudly of that women's card. And they talked about how the women are here and the women are going to make sure the best fight the best and blah, blah, blah. Sure enough, the women are making more money now. And now it's gotten to a point where, for one, women's boxing is not deep. There's no one division. You can't, not one where it's just stacked with nothing but talent. These women go up and down in weight, right? And that's like the new thing now, going up and down and weight, to get titles, they'll come undisputed and all of that. The thing about it is this. Once you start, this cherry picking and trying to downplay the people that's in the same seat with you, just to fight lesser opponents 3, 4, 5 straight times in a row, Well, at what point do you see yourself having this mega fight, this must watch, TV type of fight? Hey, this is the fight everybody want to see. Who is that going to be? Because right now, and I've been saying this for the longest, I'm going to say it again. The only two people that Alycia Baumgardner could do that with is Katie Taylor or Amanda Serrano. And in fact, another person that she could fight, because she can make that weight too, was with Lauren Price. But instead, nah, let's stand up here and keep talking shit about Clarissa Shields. Let's stand up here and talk about fights that I know I'm not gonna have. Let's just talk. And every time I see a video of her in the gym, you'll see a caption that says the sexiest woman in boxing. Oh, this, that, and third, right? I'm telling you, they're trying to build her into a brand where she is the household name. Like I said before, it doesn't matter who she's fighting. People are going to tune in to see her. That's what they're trying to do with Alycia Baumgardner. They're trying to do that. But at the end of the day, if you're just racking up wins against a bunch of low-level competition, what did that do for you? Like, what reason do you have to not fight Amanda Serrano? What reason do you have to not fight Katie Taylor? What reason do you have to not fight Lauren Price? So they can sit there and have all these females sit out there and talk about how women's boxing is this and women's boxing is that, and nobody even know like 95% of who the hell is sitting there. What reason do you have to not fight Caroline Dubois? And this is why I said, too, when Caroline Dubois calls Alycia Baumgardner's name out, and she's trying to downplay it like Caroline is not on her level, right? Will they put Caroline Dubois in the ring with Amanda Serrano? Is a Caroline Dubois versus Katie Taylor a fight that people want to try to make happen? A Caroline Dubois versus a Lauren Price? Because my whole thing is, for one, Baumgardner's not no huge star. Okay? Caroline Dubois is not a huge star. But they both can fight, and they're both here and now. And instead of both girls wanting to fight, only one of them want to fight. Why are you trying to downplay your opponent? For what? And for the women to be different from the men, this is the one thing that they have to do. Stick to your word and fight the best fighters out there. It's really simple. How in the hell can you honestly say you're the best fighter in the world, best woman fighter in the world, but you don't want to prove it against the other best female fighters in the world? You can't sit here and pretend you want Clarissa Shields so bad, but at 147 when you know that's not going to happen. So then, if that's the case, who else is out there? And she went from saying Clarissa don't have nobody to fight, Clarissa needs her, but it's crazy because Alycia Baumgardner, for some reason, act like nobody else in her weight class is on her level, or anybody that she can fight from 130 up to 147. Like somehow there's just nobody there. So I can just keep fighting these nobodies because I'm the bomb. And the thing about it is, yeah, she's a good fighter. Look, being a good fighter, okay, having good skills and being a great fighter is two different things. You can fight against people and look really good. But when we look at the level of competition, that's the first thing that we pay attention to. When you fight other top level fighters, do you still look the same? And I feel like they're trying to keep these people from having wars early in their career. They're trying to keep them away from fights that, hey, you might not be the same after this fight. They're trying to keep these people in position of talking shit will make your videos go viral. Insulting, threatening each other, all that kind of stuff. But the reality is, we don't want to put you in there with this killer. We want to put you in there with somebody that's good but can't really punch. can punch but slow as hell, no footwork. Not another complete fighter. So if you have just one of those fights out your whole career with somebody that's really every bit as good as you, and you got to kill him to beat him, that only has to happen one time. Eddie Hearn said when Chris Eubanks Jr. fought against Nigel Benn the first time, I don't want him to have these kind of fights. These type of fights take years off your life. I'm telling you, it's a different mindset. And there is no reason that a fighter can sit here and say, I'm here to prove I'm the best fighter. How are you proving that? By not fighting the best. That's how you fight the best. Like I said, you could take Muhammad Ali with all the skills he had. But if you take, the Sonny Listons, the Joe Frazers, the Nortons, the Foremans, if you take the shame everybody off his career, then you just got a guy that was extremely talented but fought nobody. And this is what I'm saying. So same thing, Ray Leonard, Hagler, Hearns, all of them, Duran, take all of those guys and take the great fighters off their list. Then who do they do all this stuff against? And this generation, they embrace that whole, it doesn't matter who I'm fighting. You're coming to see me. I'm trying to be that person. Again, we're in an era where people are saying they don't even care if fights are fixed as long as the fights are entertaining. Which means this generation of so-called fight fans don't care if you're there fighting nobodies. And when you can make that effective enough to people accept that about you, they're going to take advantage of it. But if Caroline Dubois keeps calling her name and keeps fighting and keeps winning, she's going to have a reason as to why. As to why they're not fighting. And there's going to have to be a reason, not an excuse of, go out and become undisputed. And what does that have to do with anything? What does any of that have to do with anything? For that to be the case, ain't Shields like an 18-time world champion? 4-time undisputed. So your little accomplishments compared to Shields, you don't even belong in the same fucking arena as her, if that's the case. You see what I'm saying? She make it seem like she's done everything in women's boxing and she's just like, there's no more accolade. You already wait, she's 31 years old? Okay, so what I'm saying, what are you waiting for? They're trying to keep her safe. I'm telling you this. Let me tell you something. One thing about Caroline Dubois, Alycia can talk all that shit about one thing about puppies. They gotta be trained and all that. I know. One thing's for sure. She knows Caroline Dubois is a threat and can knock her ass out. Both of them got the skills. The thing about Caroline Dubois is she has more of a mean streak than Alycia Baumgardner. And I'm telling you, Alycia knows this is no cakewalk. And she's going to have to fight harder than she's ever did against Caroline Dubois. She knows it's not going to be one of these, I just come in here and just dance and move, stick a jab in her face and, just throw some punches and had the girl scared to come in. Like, the last person she just fought, people talk about both of them did a great job. Both of them came to fight. Listen. Okay, whatever. That girl wasn't on Alycia Baumgardner's level. This is the whole point of what I'm saying. What do you think Caroline Dubois would have did to that girl? And in fact, Caroline Dubois had fought the better opponent that night. And they both won. They both got it done. But Alycia was getting hit in those later rounds in that fight by punches she shouldn't have been getting hit with. See, I heard two guys talking about Alycia Baumgardner. And they were saying when she was with Tony Harrison, she was slicker. She's in better condition now with Derrick James, but she was slicker with Tony Harrison and all, right? Let me explain something to y'all. It's easy to build this aura of invincibility when you're fighting nobodies. And people look at that, at how you beat people. But if you look at it, all you hear them talk about is how hard she punched. And Alycia Baumgardner is a negotiator. Meaning, with Alycia, if she turns up and start throwing combinations at you, all you got to do is step back. That's it. She won't go for the kill. She'll just, okay. And she'll step back and she'll take it slow, and just win on points. She don't try to close the show. Okay? That all being said, imagine when she's in there with Caroline Dubois and her team is telling her, plain and simple, keep that pressure on her, keep smart, keep a tight defense, hit her and hurt her, make her pay. Every time she try to throw a single shot and step back, because Alycia Baumgardner love to do that, sit there and move, throw that left hook, that lead left hook, and they gonna tell her when she throw that lead left hook, you keep that hand up, and I want you to fire 2-3 shots off at her, right? I want you to, take her out of her comfort zone. Look, let's put it to you like this: how long has she been saying she's gonna fight Mikaela Mayer in a rematch? Okay, Mikaela Mayer has went up 2 weight classes since then, 2-3 weight classes since then. Okay, Alycia Baumgardner is still fighting at 130 pounds and making weight with no problem. So what I'm saying is Alycia is talking but not trying to make effort. She is Jake Paul's pet project, I'm telling you guys. Alycia Baumgardner as a fighter, if you're as confident in your skills as you say, there's no reason that you wouldn't want to fight Caroline Dubois. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to rematch and get a more decisive win over a Mikaela Mayer. There's no reason why you wouldn't be calling out Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. There's no reason why you wouldn't be calling out Lauren Price. Because these are the top females in the sport. Some of the top females, okay? So all of this talk about you're this, you're that, and then you're not making any effort. Ever since she's come back, what? She just, what's the chick she fought? Came in the ring with a damn knee brace on it. None of her fights, she's done nothing since she's come back that anybody really cares about. Nothing. This is a protection program type of plan they have for her. I see it. You guys that see it, you know. A lot of you might not see it, but she's under protection, boxer protection program, which means these fighters are more fraudulent than anything else nowadays because they're okay with, hey, I'm trying to make you the most money that you can possibly make. Look, you're sexy, you're beautiful. Let's not change that. We don't need to keep putting you in these dog fights where physically you're not the same, man. We don't, right? And she hasn't been in it yet. And I'm telling you, this is the protection program. Jake Paul has not done not one legit thing in boxing at no point in time in his career. Okay? You think he is going to be telling her how to do things that he don't even know how to do? Nah. And after all the glazing she does about Jake Paul and how he believes in himself and Jake this and Jake that, and every second she's thanking him for everything. Jake Paul, okay. Just keep talking your shit, Alycia, and we're gonna keep avoiding the top people, and we're gonna make you super rich. That's the idea. Keep talking about Clarissa. At some point, people get sick and tired of you because you're talking. And you're talking about people that's not even your weight class. Worst thing that can happen to her is she goes out and get her ass bust by somebody that's not supposed to be on her level. And then now all of a sudden she starts saying she want Caroline Dubois or whatever. Oh, now you want to fight. See, most of these fighters, if you listen to them talk, just listen to them. They always critique everybody. The only fighters that they really talk highly of are their so-called friends or somebody in the weight class that they know they're not interested in. But they are always trying to fight the easier fights, and they're okay with it. And this is what you see happening right now. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor get huge ovations when they come to the ring to fight. They fought each other, and that's what really cemented them and put them in that class of where, regardless of all of their accomplishments, it's what they did with it against each other. Okay, their last fight, people said was the most underwhelming because both females fought very cautiously, and neither one of them wanted to go through that pain again. You could see neither one of them wanted to go through. They fought very cautiously. They made it more of a chess match. It wasn't like the first two fights. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they both knew like what it's going to be like coming into the ring with each other. That's what they're trying to shield Alycia Baumgardner from. So if I can get you to talk your shit and get the interest of the people, and let's say if you do fight Caroline Dubois and lose, hopefully you be in a position where you got so much money, man, it don't even matter. Don't even matter. You're filthy rich, and this is all they care about. And again, when you're doing certain things against certain fighters, this is what I'm saying. When you're getting hit by lesser opponents, often, when you're getting rocked, like remember when the commentator asked her, the interviewer asked her how badly was she hurt that 11th round? Oh, she didn't hurt me at all. She got rocked with that shot, and that girl just didn't know how to finish her. She didn't know how to step up, and pretty much that female wasn't on her level. But this is the same person saying Caroline Dubois didn't do anything. She's not on her level. Like, here we go. Women's boxing is just as corrupt as men's boxing. And the legit fighters that want to fight everybody, they're the ones that get the flack. The sport of boxing has become, like I said, sports entertainment. And most of these fighters have just become complacent with just fighting whoever, making good money, and knowing that I can make good money by fighting people that are nobodies. Because if you look at women's boxing, if you notice, most of them now are just quiet when it comes to people in their weight class. It's always, I want to do this, I want to do that, but somebody who's not in your weight class, that's who you want to talk about. Why? Why? After this fight with Claressa Shields and Franchise, Claressa said she wants to drop down to 154. And whoever wants that smoke can get it. I don't even know why. Think about it. Make sense out of this. For someone that's talking about being undisputed in multiple divisions, for somebody talking about making history, why is Alycia still fighting at 130? Why hasn't she went to 147 and already fought against Michaela Mayer? Y'all really think she gonna jump up to 154 and fight Claressa? Mm-mm. No. The first and maybe the only person that might make that jump to 154 to fight Claressa would probably be Michaela Mayer. I think she got the most heart out of all of them. I can't see Amanda Serrano doing it for sure. I don't see Katie Taylor doing it. Not at all. I don't see any of them making that jump up to 154 pounds. The only one that might do it next to Michaela Mayer may be a Caroline Dubois. I don't see Alycia Baumgardner doing it. I definitely don't see her doing it. And not to mention, when you're fighting at 130 pounds, right? If you ask Alycia Baumgardner, what is your best weight? Well, how can she tell you anything other than 130 when that's the only weight class she's been fighting at? And let's be real. She don't throw her punches in a way where, like, I don't see her power, like, increasing just because she go up in weight. For the most part, I think going up in weight is going to make Alycia Baumgardner a little more heavy at the feet, and where she's more stationary, where she's going to get hit more than usual. She's not as slick and slippery on defense as she could be. And listen, this isn't about who I want to win. I don't care about that. This is just reality, man, like the truth. There's no reason for any fighter to downplay their opponents, especially when you know. So you telling me Alycia don't look at Caroline Dubois and see that this chick can fight? She don't see that? So all of this talk about what she hasn't accomplished, none of that has nothing to do with you. Like I said, your last couple of opponents, they ain't accomplished shit. But you got in the ring with them. And once again, if this chick is overhyped, then people, you just go in there and shut her mouth and get it over with. They don't care about legacies. They don't care about none of that. I told you, it's a different day and time. But yet, all they want to say, I don't care what you say about me. I don't care who you think is better than me. I'm filthy rich. And I'm not watching you. You sitting here watching me. That's what they care about. They can care less about being able to say, I fought the top girls there. They'll say some shit like, I show everybody time and time again what I can do. Against who? And that is what people are overlooking. So yeah, let's talk about her sex appeal, her beauty. See, this is what they do. Let's make a sex symbol out of her. Let's give people more than just the fact that she's a fighter. Let's give them more than that. Let's give them a reason to want to see her win. I'm telling you guys, it's called sports entertainment. This shit is not boxing anymore. And basically, for somebody like Caroline Dubois, you book them on the same card. And notice that weak-ass ovation that they gave Alycia Baumgardner at the end of the fight, right? So what are you waiting for? And then she said her management team knows who her next fight is, but she can't say who it is. Well, we already know it's not anybody worth a shit, because they would be advertising that already. And the fact is, you were the co-main event, so they would be advertising that already. If it was somebody big, somebody that, hey man, this is a fight everybody want to see. So we already know it's nobody worth a shit. And this is exactly my point. How many times do you want to see a fighter go in there and fight nobodies? How many? Before you get to the point where you like, she's talking shit, but she don't fight anybody worth a damn. How many times? Let's downplay our opponents. Let's tell the world why nobody's on our level. But we're not going to go in there and fight to prove it. Look at her whole career and look at how many fights can you say she was in that was a great fight? That was a great fight. How many? That's what you have to look at. So having good skills and being a great fighter are two different things. Having confidence in yourself is a must, especially when you know you want to smoke with all the top fighters. That's what real fighters do. What is this era we're in now? Let's just downplay everybody that wants to fight me. But whoever my promotional team go out and pick, whatever meatball they bring in, I'm going to fight that meatball and try to make it seem like that meatball is better than that legit challenger out there that wants to kick my ass, because that's pretty much what you see going on. Boxing has become trash. And the reality of it is, if Alycia Baumgardner or any other female boxer out there that was doing all that talking about women's boxing flourishing and growing and all that, I told you, once the money kicks in, it's going to change. And if she doesn't fight Caroline Dubois, if she's not trying to fight Lauren Price, if she's not trying to fight Katie Taylor, she's not trying to fight Amanda Serrano, I don't want to hear nothing about nowhere. Fuck all that friendship bullshit. You got to think, why are you not calling their names? Because she never called their names. Why are you trying? Remember, she didn't have a problem saying she wanted to fight Choi back in the day. Remember that? She said back in the day, oh yeah, she said names. Not now. I fight whoever my promotional team puts in the ring with me. But every chance she gets, she's talking about Clarissa. And it's nothing but a camouflage. Caroline Dubois is calling you out. Stop trying to downplay it. Make the fucking fight happen. And if not, and this is why me and so many people are really, when it comes to boxing, it's like, all right, whatever, man. We give you whatever boxing news is out there. And it is what it is. Caroline Dubois, Alycia Baumgardner, there's no reason for this fight to not happen. We know Caroline wants it. Let's go. There's no reason for this fight to not happen. None. That's all I got for you now. Catch you guys on the next video.